everyone, and welcome to Inner Power Training. This is Rebecca, and today I have a special guest that I want to talk to and share with you. His name is Chad Edward. 8 years ago, Chad and I went to a conference out at Mount Shasta, and it was a fabulous meeting of people who were, studying UFOs and quantum physics and all sorts of interesting things, metaphysical. And we met a man named Toney, who happened to be staying in the same guest house that we were in. And first morning we were there, we met him for breakfast, he and his wife. And we got into a conversation, and Chad ended up spending a lot of time with him after that, flying back to the West Coast and helping him work on these books that he published. And we're going to talk about what's in these books. Toney was a master metaphysical teacher who had a lot of students and a lot of wisdom, and he was here on planet Earth. He knew why he was here and what he was doing here, and I'm going to let Chad share some of that information with you because it's very interesting, and these books are powerful. So we're going to talk about this. So Chad, give me a little background on the things that you did with Don after you met him. Because I know you flew out there a few times and helped him and his wife get the books published.
Yeah, at his house while he was alive, and then he passed away in 2019, about 2 months after I left him, and actually January 2nd, 2019 to be exact. I left in November of 2018. It was the last time I was with him. And it's a pretty interesting story. And you know what? You know me, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants, and I don't do notes, and I don't do...
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to...
But give me some of his background, because you know a lot about him and
I'm
why
gonna
he was here.
get a little woo on everybody.
That's good.
Okay, and you're going to hear something that you probably know a lot about, but most people don't. The planet and the universe has been here for, let's say, 7 billion years, okay? And I get a lot of this stuff too from Toney. We know because we're all from different planets, we're different species. Some of us are Palladians, some of us are Arcturians. Some people, this planet's going to get to learn that we're going to be 200% smarter to 400% smarter once these energies hit us. It's going to change our DNA.
Well, we've always heard this is the next phase of human evolution.
Yes.
And we're in the midst of the
right.
stages of that.
Right. And out of that 7 billion years, about 4 billion of them, we've had a lot of past lives. Rebecca's probably had about 3 million past lives like I have. We've been maybe together in, say, Atlantis, Lemuria, different places in different times. Egypt, some of us have been together. And I'm going to say some things that, like Toney has told some of his students who he was. He might have, you might have gotten some things when we were in the car with him.
Well, he had a very interesting background in this life. He worked for FDR, didn't he, at one point?
Yes. Well, he didn't work for him. He was his security.
Right.
All right. And that was before Eisenhower.
Yeah.
He went to the Council of Yalta with Eisenhower and Stalin and Wilson. He saw some things he didn't like, so he didn't like FDR that much, but he was his bodyguard. Toney knew what you were going to say before you said it.
Right. He was a very intuitive man.
Right. And getting back to some of the things that I don't talk about much because they're very woo-woo, he told some of his students he was the Arch, A-R-C-H, not A-R-C, because there's about 72 archangels. He was one of the 7 archangels. He was Gabriel. And it all fits together. People don't understand words and different things, but take his name, Donald Mitchell Toney, DMT.
Oh.
Okay, If anybody knows what DMT is,
Right.
it's the messenger molecule, the spirit molecule that comes from our pineal gland.
Well, there's a lot of symbolism in words, letters, names.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is who he was and who he came. We're all here. We were together back in, let's say, maybe Atlantis, maybe Egypt, doing different things. He and I know we're together. There's people, I'm going to throw some names out like Isis, Osiris, Horus, different beings that we were at different times.
Right.
Okay.
That's probably why I was involved with the Rosicrucians for
Right.
quite a few years.
Right.
It goes back to ancient Egypt.
We all
It
have
all makes sense.
plenty of past lives.
Yeah.
And we're here in this life for a mission.
Right.
Okay. For the end times.
We
Because-
decided to be here this time.
Right.
I hear we signed up to be
Yeah,
here.
we signed up for this
Yeah.
mission. Okay. So he came here, and if you read his book, this is the second book.
Right.
Okay, we published the first one. There was a group of us. It's been out for about 2
Now,
years.
what's the name of the first book?
Universal Everlasting Life.
Okay, and that's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Mm.
It's a series he did in his 43 years of writing books. Remember, he passed when he was like 96 years old. He did 43 books. 43 years, 49 books.
Mm.
Okay, 7 books, 7 lessons, 7 series. So it's actually 49. We got the first one out with the first 6 lessons in it. This second one is going to be 7 parts of the second book.
Right.
This is the first part that we have out.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they're called Universal Everlasting Life, so if you go on the website, universaleverlastinglife.com, you're going to get book 1 if you want to order it. And we're going to put it out in Audible pretty soon. And what's it called? KDP?
KDP, yeah.
So you
But that goes into Amazon.
Amazon. You can
You
read
can
it.
find it on Amazon.
Right.
But you're self-publishing it on KDP.
Yeah, this one we're going to self-publish.
But what are some of the highlights of reading his books?
Well, you asked me about the title. So,
Mhm.
Universal Everlasting Life. Book 1 is the why of life. Book 2 starts with the why of death.
Okay.
Why are we here?
Right.
What are we doing? What are we
Right.
here for? We're not here just to, drink and have a good time, go to football games, go on boats.
Right.
We're here to learn to turn our bodies back to light. We're light beings.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read, the first book has a lot of good information in it. The second book has a lot more than is the third book, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're going to get those out eventually, but right now we only have
So he
1
was a
and 2.
teacher who trained his students and helped them to figure out how to become light beings.
He calls Source both mother and father,
Right.
but he calls the intelligent part of Source the father.
Mm-hmm.
And he refers to him as the father. And then the mother he refers to as Sophia, okay, which is the wisdom, which is the love.
Mm-hmm.
The light is the father, the intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
The love is the mother.
Right.
And it's all a trilogy, Trinity. And then we have the Son, which in this case, Jesus came to teach us how to become.
The sons and daughters of God.
Yes,
Right,
exactly. Because
right.
we're all part of God. We are
Exactly. Yeah.
God. Right? If you read the book, you're going to get a whole slew of information that you never knew
I've been
existed.
reading this one, and it really is very, compelling to read the information he puts out about, how you can, well, like all mystics, he understood
Mhm.
that, the higher consciousness is really what you're seeking
Right.
to work on yourself and free yourself from the lower level of being trapped. So many people live in fear and are trapped.
Being in the flesh.
Yeah, yeah.
We're in these flesh suits. He
Well,
calls
didn't
them
he say
plastic.
that fear was one of the worst
Right.
things that's, got to get rid of your fear?
Because fear spirals us in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
Okay. He talks about things like the word spirit.
Mm.
Take the word spirit. Spiral. We're spiraling beings. We're electromagnetic beings. We're always energy spirals.
Right.
Okay, spirit, spirally, I go to express. That's what we're doing here. We're expressing in these flesh suits.
Right.
At the same time, we're going to learn how to turn our bodies to light by not spiraling them in the wrong direction with fear, but spiraling them in the right direction with love.
And that's why teachers like this are very valuable and important, because they pave the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to figure it out on your own sometimes. Sometimes you just need to.
Well, he says in the book that the Father Source only allowed him to do this in this last 2,000 years. Never put out books like this before. But because of this, Don Toney says he's not coming. He's been coming for the last, I don't know, 4 billion
and
years.
And he had
to teach
recall of his past lives.
everything.
And his mission.
You read book 1 and he'll tell you all that in the book.
Right.
And how he learned from a tree.
I remember him say, he was very authentic, I have to say. You know,
he learned everything. There isn't anything that he didn't do that he didn't learn from.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting it from the horse's mouth. He's not just a teacher saying, like most teachers today, do this, and they don't.
Right, he experienced it. He'd already proven it.
Right, he experienced it.
And didn't you say he could turn into his light body?
Yes, his
when
light
he
body.
consciously wanted to?
Yes.
Which is very unusual.
Yeah, well, one of my other teachers, Yogi Raj,
could do the same thing.
Could do the same thing. Yogi Raj Goodanath Siddhanath, and you just watched the video with him and Alex
Ferrari. He was being interviewed. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yogi Raj, again, I was with him, maybe a couple thousand years ago in 10 BC. Yogi Raj was one of my teachers here in this life. And
you've seen him in person, right?
Oh yeah, about 6 times, maybe 7 times here.
Right.
In this, we
and
call
he
it
talks
expression.
he talks about the light body.
Yes, and he teaches you through Kriya Yoga. There's more than 50 roads that lead to Rome.
There's so many different pathways. Yeah.
Right. Other ways to put on your light body.
But they're all going to the same place.
They all go to the
Freedom.
same place. Right.
Awakening. Right. Enlightenment.
Right, and that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
We're here to learn to turn our bodies to light. And if not, okay, remember I said, Toney puts it in his books very succinctly how we've come back. You've probably been here 3 million times.
Who knows?
I've been here we haven't turned our body to light yet. Some of us have learned, like Yogi Raj, like Dr. Pillai, like a lot of gurus from Tibet and the Himalayas.
Oh yeah.
They live in caves and they turn to light.
I've seen pictures of monks that they do that rainbow meditation.
Yes.
And they take their bodies with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like he says, we don't need cars and planes and trains.
Right.
Once we learn how to do this, we'll be traveling the universe.
Well, I highly recommend these books because, like I say, you can almost pick it up anywhere and get something really enlightening about it,
Right.
But he nails it as far as how to work on yourself, how to free yourself and get yourself into that level of consciousness where there are no problems.
Right. You're good at that. You've learned all these years through Mary Baker Eddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of these seekers that Christian Science has played a big role in my life to free me from just being stuck in that 3-dimensional world.
Right.
But I've learned it's a process. You don't just, you emerge gently, as she says, from matter to spirit. Right. Because it's a constant process of letting go of the attachments. That's why Buddhism is so interesting too, because it's all about letting go of the attachments.
Right.
But what do you think, Don Toney, did he recommend any particular religion in his life? Was there any one thing that he really gravitated to, or he was his own teacher?
He was his own teacher through Source in his experiences. He had other teachers.
Right.
Like Ida Stewart, she was another one. A few others. He went to the Dalai Lama.
Oh, right.
Invited him to go with the Dalai Lama in wherever it was, Tibet or wherever he was, for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So he spent 2 weeks with him. He had a lot of other teachers from the Far East when he traveled with his father and his grandfather, and he learned a lot through experience.
Yeah.
He's been 1.5 times around the planet,
Right.
learning from other cultures, other teachers. He was just an amazing.
Yeah, he was
amazing.
very interesting man. Had a very
And getting back to
fascinating
Mary
life.
Baker Eddy, remember
Right.
the first time you met him, we were in Mount Shasta in McLeod. You got in the back seat, and we were talking about Mary Baker Eddy, and he was telling us how he knew Mary Baker Eddy, and she got the colors wrong and something. And
Well,
she
I'm
was-
not so sure he met her because she passed away.
Well, yeah, but no.
19th.
Remember, he's been here.
That's
all
true.
These
That's
other
true.
lives.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
in the
He's-
life before. Right.
He's connected to all the mystics.
Right. Right.
They kind of have a little club they all belong to.
Yeah.
And they can connect even telepathically
Yeah.
when they pass on, or it doesn't
They're
really
still
matter.
here, but
Exactly.
in a different
Yeah.
density, frequency.
Well, I think that was a very interesting introduction to Don Toney's work,
Right.
and it makes me want to go back and dig into the books even more and look forward to the new ones that are coming out.
And if we didn't get too woo on you guys, you can understand that you've had past lives, and these books are going to help you bring out some of that.
Oh yeah.
So you understand who you were. You'll start coming back.
Well,
because-
they activate. That's the cool part about reading really good metaphysical books. They activate your.
Yeah, yeah. Because when we come here, we get veiled.
Yes.
There's a veil put
We're
over
constantly trying to remember.
us. Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And some
that's why
people
people
do.
meditate.
Right.
Meditation is
And
good.
then it comes back to you.
Exactly.
So some of us remember some of our
Yeah.
past lives.
Yeah.
Not all of them, because we'd go crazy. There's so
I
many.
know. All right. Well, thank you for that interview, and we'll have to spread the word.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
One.
Now, what